Hey guys, so today I'm doing a video on how I get my sort of beachy wave hair. I do this pretty much every single day. One thing I'm going to tell you guys ahead of time is that this technique is one that if you've ever Googled or like YouTubed heatless hair like techniques, I guarantee you've seen this technique. All the sort of like small tips that I'm giving you guys I have never seen in any other YouTube videos, which is why I sort of felt the need to make this video, even though it's a very, like, it's not an original technique, like it's a technique that a lot of people use. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is wash your hair and get it to the point where it's pretty dry but still like just a little bit damp. You don't want your hair to be completely dry or else it won't exactly take the curl very well. And you don't want it to be super wet, because if it's super wet they're just going to be all like flat, you know what I mean? Or like you'll wake up and your hair will still be wet. So the first thing I'm going to do is just part my hair down the middle. I'm not parting it where my part is because one side would be too heavy and one side would be like, there wouldn't be like enough hair. And you want the twist to be even on both sides, because I've made that mistake where, because when my part's parted on the left side the curls were a lot tighter because there was less hair, and on this side they were like too loose, so it just ended up looking kind of weird. But once you have it parted down the middle, all you're going to need are just two little clips, or you can use bobby pins. Bobby pins are probably more comfortable. Clips are just faster. And then two hair ties and a hairbrush. So what you're going to start doing is take a little piece of hair in the front, not super big, split it in two, and then twist it back. So grab a little bit more hair and then twist it back. I'm kind of going over this method fast because if you've looked up and you like heatless curls, most of them use this technique. There's just a few like little tips that I've never seen in a video that I think help a lot. So when I grab a section, I'm gonna make sure to grab the hair from the back all the way where the part is. So I don't know if that made a whole lot of sense, but I'm gonna try to show you. So you want to grab the hair from back there because you don't want to wait for this, you know, big section of hair in the back. You don't want it to curl at the very bottom because then it'll just be like super uneven. And then just keep twisting it back into it. And then same thing, grab hair, grab it from the back, and pull it forward. And sometimes when your hair is wet it kind of loses the shape. Sorry, the mirror's on the other side of the camera, so I'm not really looking at the camera. A little bit more. And you obviously don't want to do the sections too big or else the curls won't be even. So once you get to where you're adding no more hair, just twist the hair the rest of the way down. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see my hair with this shirt, but so go all the way to the bottom and tie your hair tie. Don't tie it super tight, because if you tie it too tight there'll be a dent from the hair tie in your hair, which you don't want. So once I put it in, I always just kind of slide it down a little bit just to make sure it's not super tight. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing on this side. So once you have it tied, I would just pull out baby hairs. One big thing that I can't stand is having the top of my hair be super flat. Like, I don't ever like tease it with volume, but I don't want it to be like stuck to my head if everything else in my hair is wavy. So I'll just pull on these pieces in the front just a little bit, wherever you feel like your hair tends to get kind of flat, so that it dries and it's not quite so flat, because I like flip my hair all the time, so I don't want a super defined part. So here's where it starts to get kind of ugly and not the cutest thing. You can leave them like this. This is just going to come out to be pretty loose, and I personally don't want them to be super loose. So I just take them with my fingers, twist them. So I have to sit up more, because this is where I would look to make sure that they're evenly twisted. So like that to me looks just about even. I'll usually just like pin this one up like where it's twisted and then do this one first, but in this case I'll just drop it like. This step to me is like the big difference between it looking natural and it looking like you slept with like something in your hair that made it crimped. Usually if you like sleep in braids, the bottom of your hair, like where the braid gets super small or like super thin, it gets super coiled and like frizzy. So it's pretty obvious usually when someone's sleeping in braids. Here, when you put it over, this is where it's a little bit, it's easier to give an example with bobby pins versus like clips. But whenever you clip it, let's say I'm going to clip it right here where this hand is. This is where I want to clip it. I'm going to untwist this just like once and then bobby pin this down, if that makes sense. So that way it's not super tight up here, so when you take it, all the twists are like the same distance apart, I guess, if that makes sense. So here, I usually clip it just to the twist on the other side, just so the clip has a little bit more to grab. But when I grab it, I'm going to leave just a little bit of space in between where it's clipped and where the hair tie is, and I'm just going to let it go, and it'll kind of untwist itself a little bit. And then do the same thing on this side. This is where, like, it's not the cutest thing in the world. So if you're, you know, obviously I'll do this right before I go to bed so like nobody sees me looking like this. But you can always just leave them down or bobby pin them, which tends to look a little bit better. But this is just the fastest, most efficient way to do it. Personally, I sleep on my back, so these to me aren't uncomfortable, but if you're gonna like sleep on your side or on your stomach or something, these might not be the most comfortable. So that's where I would recommend bobby pins. So then I'm just gonna sleep in this, and then I'll show you what they look like in the morning. So this is what they look like in the morning. They look a little bit rough because I just slept on them, but so I'm gonna take out the clips. Take out the hair ties. This is why you didn't want to tie the hair tie super tight, because there's not a dent like in the bottom, like on the ends of your hair, from having it too tight. So then just undo them. You can sort of comb your fingers through. I always flip my hair. Sort of shake it out. And then that's all that there is to it. You take it out, your hair is done. You could put like a hairspray in it if you wanted it to be a little bit more like in like pieces, like a little bit more defined curls. I like them a little bit looser. I don't like them super tight. So here, let me show you what it looks like from the back. This is what it looks like. And that's really it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I would do it at night. I'm someone, I don't wash my hair every day, so I redo the twists every night. So the way I'll do that, I'll look in a mirror, like I have mirrors on both sides of my bathroom, so I can like see the back of my head in the mirror. Find where, in the back of your head, find where the two twists like come together, like down the middle of your head, like where the waves are kind of separated. Put like your finger, where that is, and then separate your pieces, and then just brush it out and twist it again the exact same way. So I can sort of feel that it's about right here. So then I would just go like this, pull it to the front, and then brush it out. The reason you want to be careful, don't just kind of guess where it is. I've sort of gotten to the point where I can feel it, but look in a mirror the first few times you do it, because if you get like a little strip of hair down the back that's been like over a few days been twisted on both sides, it's kind of just a frizzy piece down the middle, and there's not like a any way it curls. It's just kind of like an undefined piece down the middle. I've made that mistake, so I'm telling you not to make the same mistake I did. And that's really all there is to it. Throughout the day they'll sort of fall out, which I don't have an issue with. I like them, like I said, I like them a little bit looser. And the ends are straight, but depending, I mean, some people like, I don't like the straight part at the end to be too long. Like, I don't want it to be like the bottom like 4 inches of my hair. So you'll sort of just have to test that out and see what length works best for you. So, I mean, you guys saw I had it tied, you know, with about 1.5 inches or 2 inches out. And that's really all there is to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something from this video. And feel free to like send me pictures. I want to see if you guys recreate this. I want to see how it looked on you guys. Also, whenever I'm trying to tell you guys like every small bit of information to help you guys out. When you separate your hair and you twist it again at night and your hair's dry, for me, because it was already at this texture, I don't usually have to re-wet it. Like, I have like a little spray bottle. Sometimes I will. Like, if I have loose curls today and then tomorrow I want super tight curls, I'll get it a little bit more damp, and I'll honestly just twist it like up over my head and then spray it. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. Just make sure not to get the bottom ends of your hair, or else the hair tie, kind of no matter how loose or how tight it is, it'll leave a dent in your hair. So make sure to not get like the bottom few inches of your hair wet if you're gonna respray it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm signing off for now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.